YouTube, it's Alicia here. Hope everybody is having a great day. None other, I need everybody to get your water, get your drink, get your juice, get your snack. Because we got a lot to talk about. Because I'm doing a video called WWE's underrated superstars of the WWE. Now, this video is me, in my own opinion, telling you who I think is the most underrated male superstar and most underrated female superstars, and that's including bringing in tag team in at the same time. Without further ado, let's get started. And we're going to go on and start with the women of Raw and SmackDown in no typical order. We have coming in at number 1 is Dana Brooks. Number 2, Candice Lerae. Number 3, Emma. Number 4, Indi Heartwell, Kayden Chance and Kayden Carter. They are a tag team. Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Raquel Gonzalez. Piper Niven and Tegan Nox and Xia Li. Okay. For the SmackDown brand, we have B-fab, Isra Dunn and Alba Fyre, Lacy Evans, Michin, better known as none other Mia Yim, Shotzi, Scarlett, Tamina, and Zelina. Out of all these females, to me, my top 5 females I don't think who get utilized enough is Dana Brooks. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about her. Piper Niven, Tegan Nox, Mia Yim, and Zelina Vage. And because we have 2 tag teams, I will also say both of those tag teams I actually mentioned in here. I have problems with name pronunciation and I don't want to botch them, but Chance and Carter, let me talk about them. They just came up to the main roster this year. I harped about that for almost 7 months before they got called up. And I remember they got called up between April and May. Between April and May, that's around the time they got called up. Isra Dunn and Alba Fyre also around the same time. To me, and this is my opinion when it comes to these 2 tag teams, these are fresh new tag teams. These fresh new tag teams are the ones you need to be featuring more. And I don't see why we are not getting that. Now, Candice Lerae, they could be doing better by her. They could be doing better by Indi Heartwell. They could be doing better by Emma, Nikki Cross, Piper Niven, Tegan Nox, and Xia Li. The way that they have done Xia Li, I just feel so disappointed with WWE because I expected a lot from her and stuff and thing. Because look when it comes, when you look over there and you look at the females division, you have 3. And I'm sorry I have to say it, you have 3 Asian Americans over there. I have to put it this way. 3 Asian Americans. You have Asuka, you have Io Sky, and you have Xia Li. You got 2 you doing a program with right now. But y'all ain't hardly doing crap with Xia Li. What's going on, WWE? We need to know where is your mind at with that? And you got 3 Asians over there. Why are you not using Xia Li in the right way and stuff? I'm just saying. Okay. Then we have Mia Yim. I've been harping that I want to see WWE do better by Mia Yim. Because I know if any of y'all used to watch Mia Yim when she was Mia Yim on when she used to be on TNA Impact, then you know what to expect from her. I feel like in certain parts when it comes to title belt opportunities, she is held back. I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm calling it out like I see it. I feel like sometimes WWE holds her back. She is more talented than anybody can expect. Give her that opportunity, and I promise you, she will probably do it, but y'all won't give that to her. And like I'm saying, I've been calling this prophecy out when it comes to that. Lacy Evans, she has had a, when she first came to the WWE, she did pretty well, but as she's gone, after she had her second baby and came back, they have had a start and redo moniker with her. I don't see her on TV now. Everybody had a complaint, and the complaint was her using Sergeant Slaughter's gimmick. Using Sergeant Slaughter's gimmick. And I understand people with that. They didn't like that, oh, she was using Sergeant Slaughter's gimmick. But if you think about it, she actually did serve in our U.S. Army. When I went back and I looked at it, it does have a little bit of something that is Sergeant Slaughter. I just felt like they could have did something to kind of tweak it and made it her own. Okay, Scarlett Bordeaux. Let me just talk about her. I really feel like they could do a little more with Scarlett, because Scarlett is nothing right now, is a valet. You look at Scarlett and Zelina at the moment, they are mostly being used as valets. But I'm going to get on Zelina in a little bit in here. But Scarlett, if you think about it, if WWE can take the Scarlett that was on TNA and do it on WWE, but do a WWE version of it, I don't think WWE will have no problems, and I wouldn't be too surprised. She never held title belts, but she had some good. She won mostly all of her matches when she was on TNA. I'm going WWE. Come on. So y'all see where I'm going. But last but not least, before I get on my last name, let me talk about Zelina. As y'all know, Zelina kind of this year in 2023 kind of got a little bit of a push, and y'all know I was very critical of her last year and stuff. When I'm very critical, it's a reason and stuff. And I really felt like where WWE kind of dropped the ball with Zelina, yeah, she might was a manager, but you could have did a little bit more with her and used her more in women wrestling matches and built her up to an accomplished wrestler, because she is an accomplished wrestler. If you think about it, her time in TNA, I'm bringing up every certain people who was part of TNA's past, because I want you to go back and look what you could have gotten if WWE kind of still did this versus what they're doing now with some of these women. But like with Zelina, I mean, Zelina is a former TNA Knockouts tag team champ. And I'm going, if you put Zelina with the right female to tag team with, I think she'll have no problem tag teaming with. And like, I was like thinking that. Now, Elektra Lopez, she was once was part of, oh my God, Escobar's group. She was one of the female members of the group. If that, I was just like thinking, okay, they're just gonna bring her in and stuff and work with Zelina. I'm going, if they go on and bring her in and her and Zelina work together as a tag team, they might could be tag team champs. Now, speaking of, I'm going to be coming back at a later date, and we're going to be talking about this tag team that nobody ain't talking about, that I'm going to be talking about at a later date. But Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez, they are so underrated. You look how they are quick, or look how Triple H is very quick to take the title belts off of these two. Think about it. Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez beat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler almost 2 weeks ago on July 1st. They beat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler on July 1st at the Money in the Bank for the women's tag team titles. Then on July 17th, have them drop the titles. Come on, y'all. Drop the titles to Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, who I feel don't deserve to be champion. I feel who needs to work a little bit more. That's just my opinion. Now, let's talk about Dana Brooks. As y'all know for years, y'all know for almost 3.5 years, I've been talking about how Dana Brooks needs to get a women's title belt opportunity. And I keep telling y'all to think about how long she has held the the 24/7 title belt for almost 2.5 years. And like, it's me and several other people who believe that she deserves that tag team, deserve a WWE women's title belt or a WWE heavyweight title belt. But I also have always said, when it comes to these women that I just mentioned, that is underrated. And I'm going to say this. My number one pick will always be Dana Brooks because I don't like how she is being treated. Number 2 would be Mia Yim. Number 3 would be Tamina. And I will say at number 4 will be Zelina Vage. And rounded it out at number 5 will be Xia Li. That's just my opinion. I believe those are the top 5 females that are, and these are females that I feel that is underrated. Now let's get on to our men. So coming in, so in no typical order, we got Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, Roderick Moss, Johnny Gargano, Ivar and Erik of the Viking Raiders, along with Valhalla, Akira Tozawa, Apollo Crews, Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, Adonis and Top Dollar, is this one person name I can never pronounce, and I never know if I'm pronouncing right. So I would just leave his name at the bottom, y'all. Rick Boobs, Montez Ford and D'Angelo Dawkins, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Karrion Kross, Cameron Grimes, Butch, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles. Now, in the men, let me just come and talk about Ricochet. Y'all know for years I have been talking about how Ricochet is being done wrong and everything. I feel like he's being done wrong because I see the quality that we can get. Because I think I always mention this, that Ricochet, before he ever came to WWE, and I think y'all all remember the Lucha Libre Underground. It was a Lucha Libre Underground where Ricochet went by the name Prince Puma, and he was heavyweight champion for almost 3 seasons. So you tell me this, a guy who used to go by another name, one of the top wrestlers in the industry, and one of the best hot flyers next to Rey Mysterio, why he's done so wrong? Because for so many years, I felt like he's been done wrong. I feel like he has been done wrong, and that's how I feel. Okay, let's talk about Johnny Gargano. That's just a full discussion we have to have at a later date. Let's talk about Montez Ford and Dawkins. I just feel like they have been not utilized in the right way this year at all. I feel like Bobby Lashley had this program with Bray Wyatt, and it stopped. It didn't go nowhere, and he had nothing heading up to WrestleMania, and still nothing. And to me, this used to be one of your top African American wrestlers. Where's the demographic with that, WWE? You're doing something wrong. And I have noticed, so when it comes to certain African American superstars, I'm just saying, they male or female, they're underrated regardlessly. And I'm pointing out points. AJ Styles, he hasn't been done the right way. I feel like the only reason AJ Styles has not been done the right way, when he first came there, it was all about, he was getting title belt after title belt after title belt opportunity. Now, since his downfall and stuff, I think Vince McMahon has a lot to do with that. And the only reason I say that, because AJ did start off in WWE, but when they released him, I think they released him back in 99, 2000, and he had for almost 2 or 3 decades at TNA before he ever came back to WWE. My thing is, what's going on? You have certain wrestlers, like Karrion Kross. He had a great career over in TNA and Lucha Libre Underground. I don't see the same product what they're doing. He was so hyped when he came to the main roster. Him and Scarlett Bordeaux, they were so hyped, and it's a lot more. All I know, this guy, they call him Escobar. Last name is Escobar. He's part of LAX with Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio has to wrestle him next this upcoming Friday. Let me just tell y'all, this guy, Escobar, I know last name is Escobar. Santos Escobar, here we go. Santos Escobar, I just feel like he is underrated as well, because I feel like he deserves more, because before he was known as Santos Escobar, he was going by his family's wrestling name. He was using Phantasma. This is the same guy that went by the name Phantasma. You look up his profile. He went by the name Phantasma. And you gotta think to yourself, what is WWE doing wrong? And why all of these wrestlers that I just mentioned are not getting the opportunities that they deserve? Y'all, that's all I have time for. I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.